Right. Hello, guys. This is High Priestess Jamila, and I only have a few minutes, but I wanted to come and speak to y'all about an authentic breakup, okay, of a relationship versus breakup spell work or like a breakup hex. And I see this quite often. Um, and typically, unless one party is not willfully blind, because I talk about that a lot, people that are willfully blind to black magic and to some of the negative effects of black magic breakup work. So an authentic breakup is typically where a relationship has ran its course. Typically, either one or both parties will no longer want the relationship anymore. It will lack in, a lot of areas, and both parties will typically, unless one has abandonment issues, but both parties will generally lose interest in the relationship and they will just split amicably. Okay. It's not a bunch of drama. It's not a bunch of negativity. Typically, it's not a bunch of fighting. Okay. Versus a breakup spell, a breakup binding, or just black magic in general. And we see that quite often. People are constantly throwing negativity at your relationship. People feel that they should have the right to judge. Some of this does come from the ancestors, because you got to understand that our ancestors, uh, 2 to 3 generations ago, they were arranging marriages. Okay. And that was a time that I wouldn't have wanted to live in. Somebody telling me who I have to be with. Okay. Breakup work. Let me tell y'all the symptoms of breakup work. When somebody has put some work on you to break you up from your partner: fighting, anger, suicidal thoughts, um, feeling like the relationship that you have with that person or anybody and everybody is invalid. Breakup work can make you feel hopeless. Breakup work can make you feel depressed. If somebody has done breakup work on you, and see, a lot of practitioners are not ethical. There are some people that will go to a practitioner for breakup work and they will just simply want breakup work. Then you've got some practitioners that have a lot of negative energy that is on their heart, and they will try to find somebody to dump a lot of that stuff onto, which is, I actually got another show that I'm going to do between today and tomorrow about how it's in game and it's time for people to deal with their own stuff instead of projecting it onto other people, which is why you run into scenarios to where people will feel compelled that they have to do negative things to others all the time. And so spirit is going to start not allowing people to do those kinds of projections anymore. Hey, Jacksonville. So a breakup spell is going to make you hate that person. You may feel like you hate them. You may feel like, why did I ever do this in the first place? You'll feel like you want to kill them. Okay, breakup work will make people murder each other. This is one of the reasons why we see couples on the news that have murdered each other. And I don't necessarily agree with it. But there's some people that just don't care. They feel as though they're doing their baneful magic and it doesn't matter. Okay. You'll feel like you want to kill that person. You'll feel this unnecessary hatred, and you're just upset at this person that you actually love and want to be with. Um, Breakup spells can be extremely devastating because, especially if you go to these unethical practitioners, they will do extra stuff that can possibly come back on you. That's why you have to either go to a practitioner that you can trust, that is not going to go above and beyond, or you can do the work yourself. Because some people, and there's a lot of practitioners that are under possession, their success to them, they want to be successful in destroying the lives of others. And see, you don't have to know somebody for them to do a breakup spell on you. This could be a stranger that you meet at the grocery store. It can either be a young crone, an old crone, or an old crone, and they may see you loving and kissing and hugging on your partner. And they may walk by you and either touch you, they'll let their coat or something brush you. Okay, people are constantly looking for some kind of satisfaction because there's some people that have been cursed and then they feel that they have to pass the curse to somebody else. They don't really understand how to get that worked off and removed from them. So there's all sorts of scenarios, okay? If you get married at a church, it could be a church employee that may decide that they're going to go back home and curse your marriage. It could be someone in the family, okay? People tend, and evil people tend to throw curses at you during milestones: when you have a baby, when you get married, when you graduate from high school, if you go to college, when you get a job. Okay, this is the reason why a lot of y'all are having issues, because you are completely ignoring the witchcraft that people are trying to put on you. Now, these things can be reversed. Okay. Usually breakup magic, it's gonna leave in which one of the parties in your relationship is going to be more negatively affected by it, which is usually men, because men are usually willfully blind to black magic. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to face it. They're in denial, which is understandable because those energies can be so forceful that it will literally make it seem like the person that you're with is just suffocating you. And they're not suffocating you, they're just loving on you. But in order for you to put a breakup spell on somebody, you have to put that on their heart. Okay? You have to put that on their heart. And trust me, as someone that is went through, I had some strange person that was throwing all kind of breakup stuff at me, and anti-love, anti-trust, and it literally it began to affect my heart. So I know firsthand about this stuff. Okay. Hey, Heart and Homestead. Hello. So first of all, just to let you know, anybody that's throwing that type of magic at somebody randomly, spirit is going to end up binding that magic to you. Spirit is now wanting, at least with my company, they want all reversals to be binded, earth binded, because it's too much of people taking advantage of that. If you try to break up somebody and they keep coming back together, and you break them up and they come back and you break up, and obviously that's not what you're supposed to be doing. So people that play around with magic, they're going to be at a serious disadvantage. serious disadvantage. Just to let y'all know. Normally, listen, see, so what's happening? I'm gonna tell y'all a scenario. Let's go back 20 years. Let's go back to where there was an original breakup that was done. And instead of, because some couples are meant to be together for 3 years, some couples are meant to be together for 3 months, some couples are meant to be together forever. But when somebody deploys breakup magic, now comes the trauma and the drama. This is throwing everything off balance on the earth. People that are just running around here saying, oh, I want to get revenge on you, I'm going to break you up from your partner. No, there are practitioners out there that can pull that off. It's temporary, it doesn't last forever, but they can pull that off. My whole thing about it is that when everybody with an ex hates their ex, they just hate them. They just hate them. You know, and you got to think back as to what demon, because if you're meant to be in a relationship with someone for a few years or a few months, you're in the relationship, usually in the beginning, you in love, it's brand new, and you know what I'm saying? And people usually know if they're going to marry somebody, they usually know, the heart knows what it wants. But then you got somebody doing breakup magic, and then there's fighting, and then there's I'm going to kill you, and then there's death wishes and all of this negativity. This is what you have to look out for. I know there's a lot of people that when they look at their partner, they can't necessarily forgive or forget about black magic when it happens, because it makes people do some very, very strange things. It does. It makes them do some very, very strange things. And so, you know, all of these bridges burning behind you because you got somebody following you around, and it's usually a karmic. There's karmics. Your father could be your karmic. Your mother could be your karmic. Your brother could be your karmic. Your sister could be your karmic. And they're doing all of these things magically to do harm to you, and you're not seeing it. You're not. A lot of people, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point, is so that you can't see it. They want you to be blind to it. That's one of the reasons why, you know, even in the Bible, it condemns witchcraft while they're practicing witchcraft. Words or spells, thoughts or spells. And some of y'all are so sensitive, which is why you need to protect yourself. Some of y'all are so sensitive that you can hear what other people are thinking, that people's thoughts can affect you. Hey, Shireen. Hello. How are you? So pay attention to if it is, for example, you know, you're mad at your partner because their nipple was showing. Why would you be mad at them and hate them because their nipple accidentally showed? Why would you be angry at your partner for things that they may have done 10 years ago? You love them, but then black magic is driving you. And see, here's the whole thing. You can't get away from it. You can't just ignore it and say, because I've actually seen people have breakup work done on them. It can either, it can be a number of reasons why people do that. What's been extremely an epidemic is parents breaking up their kids from their partners. That's been one thing that has been an epidemic. Okay. And what will happen is that a practitioner that would even take a client like that. Okay. I don't have people come to me and say, break my kid up. I don't do that. I don't have that. People know not to even come at me like that. But a practitioner that's like that, they're interested in sacrifices. So what will end up happening is that you end up being some kind of sacrifice also. So that your life ends up going downhill. And the person that went and paid the practitioner for that, they don't even know that it's a practitioner that's actually taking sacrifices. The practitioner will get the negative energy back, but you, the person that paid for it, so you got to be careful who you paying to do spiritual work on too. Has it been affecting you, heart? Yeah, yeah. Mm. Really, Shireen? Where you at? That's so sad. I'm so sorry. What happened? Here. So, Shireen, I'm gonna text me and I'm gonna do you a free personal reading for about 10 minutes, okay? Just random arguments and his energy is off. So, how can you tell that your partner is under possession? When it comes to being in a partnership with somebody, you have to be able to tell when they're under possession. A lot of y'all, these men are going under possession. That's why I uploaded that short movie clip. Um, they can be placed under possession a lot of the times. And this is what's happening to a lot of your relationships. Yeah, text me and I'll do a free 10-minute reading for you, okay? His daughter just left for a week to see her mother, which is hard. She lives with us. His ex hates me because I am mothering her daughter every day. Oh, wow. Mm, you need a reading, child. Sounds like to me that his ex seems to be doing work. She must not be over the situation if she has a problem with you mothering her daughter, especially if you are good to the child. So that's kind of strange to me. You're welcome, Shireen. Yeah. Yeah. So basically these people with these unresolved issues that refuse to resolve them, basically what spirit is doing is spirit is going to force them to deal with it. And it's no getting around it. They feel that they have to be, and that's why I said these spiritual practitioners, they're going to have to stop running around here trying to cause chaos and mayhem. We have enough of that. Stop trying to break up couples. Stop trying to break up twin flames. You can't break up a twin flame. So obviously, Heart and Homestead, your husband is your twin flame. The ex-wife is not. And so that's probably why he left in the first place. It's, you know what, if it's not in the video description box, I will post it. Just text me and then I'll call you. Okay. That's my number. And there's a reason why that child is living with you, because obviously she can't handle it. I've been getting a lot of cases where the children are being used as a pawn, and that's not what children are here for. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there is a way to block those attacks constantly, because more than likely what is happening is that breakup work is probably being sent to you either on a daily, a weekly, a bi-weekly, or a monthly basis is what's happening. There are people out there doing random curses on random people. Why are you doing that? And unfortunately, these intranquil spirits and bad and negative entities, they're looking for a host. This is the reason why you shouldn't work that way. You should not meddle in business that is not yours. At this point, he's not her business anymore, right? He's not her business, so she needs to stay out of it. So, yeah. But you got to know the difference between an authentic breakup. Like if you're just breaking up with somebody, it's like, oh, okay, bye. But then when you break up as a result of breakup work, you're literally feeling heartbreak. And some of these practitioners, they'll damn near be trying to kill somebody. They'll just want to break your heart. They'll just want to see you suffer. Is people out there that's trying to get revenge on people that they don't even know. It's a huge mess. And men typically have a hard time facing it. They do, because it's very difficult. Because, like I said, y'all, I had a spirit that came out of me that tried to tell me that I was having a heart attack and I wasn't. And I just stood up to it and I told it to get the fuck on, and it did. Hey, Alan Sita, hello. Blessings to you too. Peace and blessings to you too. Know the difference, because with a breakup spell is going to be, and so there's a lot of people, victims. A lot of these people that are victimizing people, they are actually victims of breakup spells, and that's why they're out victimizing other people. So the reason why you broke up with that person was because of a breakup spell. Many people can't see it. They can't see it because that's what it's meant to do. It's not meant for you to be able to see it. Even if you're meant to break up with that person, you don't want the bridge to be burning. Hey, Thea. Hey. Yeah, it's okay. Well, now you do. Now you do, sweetie. It's and I can't believe I have members, y'all. Y'all can join and be a member. That's so sweet. I anyway, back to what I was saying. You have to be able to recognize when black magic is being done. First of all. Second of all, don't ever let nobody walk away from you angry. If you gonna break up with a person, it cannot be because of that black magic. You break up with them because you just don't want to be with them, or it's over. Okay? You cannot let black magic just kick you around like that. And that's what a lot of people are doing these days. They'll say, oh, I don't believe in that. I don't. Well, just because you don't believe in it don't mean that it ain't real. So that's why a lot of times people will get pushy with you and they'll say, hey, I need there to be peace, because see, a breakup spell, what it wants you to do is it produces hate. It produces hate. And you can't let that happen. I've been in this world for 44 years. I know what I'm talking about. You cannot leave that magic just sitting there, because what it'll do what? It will affect your other relationships. It'll just follow you around. It will break up all of your relationships, depending on who did the breakup work and depending on what their intent was. That's why you have to be careful. There are some practitioners that you'll go and see and you'll say, I just want them to break up with her, or and the practitioner will go, okay. But then their spirits will go above and beyond, and their spirits will be cursing people, which a breakup work is already a curse. But they will actually offer the other person as a sacrifice that you tried to break up. And then what? Now, my spirits don't work that way. Okay, because if you're a spiritualist and you have turned breakup work into kill, destroy the person, completely, then that's when you've lost control. And then that has to go back to the practitioner and the person that paid for it, which is why you have to be responsible with magic. You have to be responsible with magic. You cannot just go around, yeah, the bickering, the arguments, the feelings of hopelessness. Those are coming from a negative spirit that is hovering, that's doing its job. But these spirits, you can't really control them. That's why a lot of people don't call to certain spirits. If you do breakup work, you don't have to have, that's why you can't really do spiritual work while you're emotional. Okay, it's not good to do that. I don't suggest that. You can do a clean breakup spell if that's what you want to do. Hey, Zenaida, hello, how are you? It's dark energy that is very, very uncontrollable. Because a lot of times when you break up a couple that loves each other, what's going to happen? They're going to have all sorts of symptoms. They're going to be heartbroken. They're going to be sad. They may even be suicidal. You can't, sometimes these spirits will go out of control. And you have to be very careful. Okay. That's just like earlier today, there was a young couple that was fighting outside of my house. Somebody was doing breakup work on them. That's why they were going through that. They were both they were just abusing each other, fighting each other, and one of them had a scratch, and it was terrible. Okay. And so you have to be careful out here. Now, if you just genuinely or not interested in a person and the relationship is over, it's ran its course, then and people shouldn't hold on to stuff like that, because I know that I've seen people hold on to relationships after a breakup, when a person just genuinely didn't want to be with them anymore, and you hold on, and if you hold on for years and years and years, and the person is still saying the same thing, and you went and reversed it, then that could mean that it may be time to let that go. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been watching. I binge watched Hoarders. Like for the past week, I've been binge watching it. And the thing about Hoarders is that what? They can't let go. Same thing when it comes to, hey, thank you for the super chat. Or, oh, not super chat, you're a member. Hey. Yeah, there's some people that are just against your happiness. That's the truth. If they see you happy, they want to ruin it for you. Okay. And that's when all of a sudden somebody that you love very much will all of a sudden become an enemy. You hate that person and you're saying all kind of crazy stuff that you want them to die. And that's how you can tell. And they may be doing some crazy stuff. Your partner might be doing something that you don't like. And if they doing something you don't like and threatening to kill them, and I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna beat your ass and all that stuff, that's a breakup. That's breakup spell work. Yay, Thea's a new member. Hey. That's breakup work. Okay. It's not authentic. A lot of times when you're arguing and you're fighting with your partner, it's not real. It's not even real. You're mad at each other for nothing. You mad at each other because of what spirit, a negative spirit told you to be mad at them. You got to quit allowing demonic spirits to control you and letting it get out of hand. And it's real easy to say that, but when you get caught up, a lot of times it's difficult. It usually takes me a few hours to realize what the hell is going on, but some people, it takes them years and years and years to see what's going on. Okay. And so if you're breaking up with somebody that you're happy with, that then you got to start paying attention to what is actually happening. Okay. Now, guys, I gotta go. I wasn't gonna spend too much time on this. I am gonna come back, and what was I gonna talk about? I was gonna send out uh, a light worker message to people that are working all this damn black magic, and how spirit is gonna start binding your negativity to you, because what they're doing is they're conjuring up these negative spirits and they're sending it to people, and see, those negative spirits can end up being stuck to you. Okay, they can end up being stuck to the person that is conjuring them. And you got to be careful. You got to stop doing work when you're emotional. And see, what I can sense, uh, 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 Heart and Homestead, what I can sense is that the baby mama has a lot of problems, but she's blaming it on your husband. She's blaming. So that's what a lot of people do after relationships, is they will then start using that person to blame them for everything, for all of their downfalls, for why they're not happy. And that's actually not the truth. In a lot of cases, okay? I got a vision that my ex was going to turn in a Sandy collectible doll, and the Beast doll, Beauty and the Beast, to do a black magic love spell on me. He don't want me though, so I don't know. Huh. Well, it's the woman ultimately makes the decision, honestly, because ain't nothing getting past the woman. If the woman say yes or no, that's what it is. Okay, so if you want them, then that's just what it is. If you don't, then you can protect yourself from that. Okay. You were being choked in your sleep, but you was awake. Yeah, I had a really negative spirit that came out of me. I talked about it yesterday. It actually escaped my body. It had no choice, but it was really negative. That damn thing, it looked like it felt like it had teeth. Like it was like literally it was when it was leaving my body, it was literally trying to hurt me. So now I know, because you learn as a practitioner, I don't know everything. Okay, I just do the best that I can. But what would have been the correct course of action would have been to do an exorcism incantation to destabilize that entity. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had that negative reaction, because literally, as soon as I got to pouring that wax, my heart felt like it was going to explode, because that damn thing was leaving my heart chakra. Okay. And that was probably just because it had been there for probably 30, 40 something years. That negative entity had been there. And then, those negative entities, they get fed. So the first thing you want to look at is your bloodline and your family, because your family or whoever raised you is the one that may have planted those seeds. Other people that are negative are watering those negative seeds to grow. So then they're feeding that demon over and over again with spell work. Okay. So I will see y'all later. I have to follow up with a client because I got some work to do. I'll see y'all later, but I am going to come back and talk about how, first of all, when you think about how everybody is aligned, black magic is just creating more problems. So spirit really wants to limit that. Obviously, if somebody did something harmful to you, as far as like if they raped you, or and some people just are forgiving. Some people can be very forgiving of the people that do them dirty, but then they go and they attack innocent people. Spirit is not letting you put those demons and entities in people. They look at empaths, especially like sponges. They feel like, oh, you're here to take on my problems, and that's not true. Okay. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, probably around 10 o'clock or maybe even tomorrow. Because I have been working all day. Yes, I am still accepting clients for the new moon. And so y'all know where I'm at if y'all need to get at me. Okay. Now I am going to do that quick 10-minute reading for Shireen. Um, and because I don't normally do free readings. I don't, but that really touched me, telling me that you sitting in the car with your kids and you don't know where you're supposed to go. That I can't ignore that. Okay. So contact me and I'll be able to get with you in about 30 minutes because I just let me see what my client said though, because she might have, hold on a minute. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So people that offer black magic, they are gonna have to, like, you're not gonna be successful in doing 100% or even 50 to 60% black magic for your business. They don't have to listen to me. They should, but you're not gonna be successful. That's why you're being binded. That's why those things are happening to you, because you're doing things you're not supposed to be doing. Most of the practitioners, we're supposed to be here to make it right. We're not supposed to be here to cause more pain and suffering in people's lives. And making it right is doing what? Balancing what is already fate and universal. You're not supposed to be causing more chaos on this earth and in the heavens. And a lot of people that haven't learned that they should not do that, you're going to go through some problems, and really serious big problems. They're not going to listen probably, but it's all good, because y'all know that the sensible people listen to Jamila. Okay, you got to be sensible about the situation. And then also secret practitioners, they don't talk about the magic that they do, but they're doing magic in secret. You need to check them too. These are people that whose opinion should not matter. Their words should not matter, but instead they do, because those people are lighting candles just to get people to listen to them on some silly stuff that can literally either ruin your life, put you in an early grave. And those people have to be checked. All of them have to be checked, because why do they care about what the fuck you doing? Why do they care? They shouldn't care. Okay. And a lot of men have to start opening their eyes to black magic. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Peace and love. Bye bye.